Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys reveal why they didn't hire Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was in the mix for the Dallas Cowboys head coaching job, but Jerry Jones had a simple reason for not hiring the former All-Pro for the position. Sanders was the first name linked to the Cowboys after they parted ways with Mike McCarthy. However, Sanders never had an official interview and just spoke with Jones about the opportunity. To hear from Jerry Jones is truly delightful, and it's intriguing, Sanders told ESPN ATT The Time. I love Jerry and believe in Jerry. After you hang up, and process it, and think about it, it's intriguing. But I love Boulder and everything there is about our team, the coaches, our student body, and the community. The call served two purposes and benefited each side. Jones got the buzz he craves over his head coach opening. Meanwhile, Sanders could use the alleged interest as he negotiated a new contract with Colorado, where he currently coaches. Jones was asked about Sanders on Monday while introducing new head coach Brian Schottenheimer and explained why Coach Prime wasn't more seriously considered. We talked to a lot of coaches, Jones said, and Deion has a job. The internal hiring of Schottenheimer will not rally the team's supporters. He has no head coaching experience and has not called plays during his tenure in Dallas. Among the critics were Cowboys legend Michael Irvin, who ripped the team after the move. Here's my issue, we lost an opportunity here, Irvin said on his YouTube channel. I don't know what will happen with Coach Schottenheimer and the Dallas Cowboys, but Jerry's a shrewd businessman, and this opportunity, I'm shocked he did not see. Irvin had been very public in his support of Sanders as the next head coach. I was pushing for Deion Sanders to be the next head coach, and I still stand 10 toes down on that push, Irvin said. Jones stood firmly by his decision to hire Schottenheimer while speaking to the media for the first time. But he also acknowledged that the move involved some risk. If you don't think I can operate outside my comfort zone, you are so wrong. This is as big a risk as you can take. No head coaching experience, Jones said. This is the best way we can go to the playoffs and win. The Cowboys had regular season success under McCarthy, but playoff wins have been hard to come by in Dallas. The franchise hasn't played in the NFC Championship game since 1996. Schottenheimer was adamant that it would change under his leadership. We're gonna win. We're gonna win a championship. Otherwise, why are we even doing it? Schottenheimer said. A big piece of the puzzle will be quarterback Dak Prescott, who attended the press conference. Schottenheimer has a pre-existing relationship with Prescott from his time as offensive coordinator and is bullish on his future. He's gonna play elite-level football. He's gonna lead us to championships, Schottenheimer said. We got the right guy. We're gonna win. We're gonna win a championship. Whilst all the Dallas Cowboys buzz has concerned the hiring of Brian Schottenheimer as head coach, and the now likely hire of Matt Eberflus as defensive coordinator, free agency and the official beginning of the new NFL season is fast approaching. On March 12, the new league year will begin, and the Cowboys will go about trying to retain valuable free agents like linebacker Eric Kendricks, nickel Jordan Lewis, and longtime edge rusher DeMarcus Lawrence. All in all, Dallas has 7 starters who are set to depart in free agency this spring, and with only around $7 million in cap space, something will have to give. With the likely restructuring and subsequent lowering of Dak Prescott's monstrous cap hit of almost $90 million in 2025, the Cowboys are expected to have some financial leeway to re-sign some veterans or perhaps make some splash acquisitions, as the team looks to return to winning ways after a disappointing 7-10 season in 2024. The Cowboys finished 10th in passing yards this season, but much of that, many will argue, was down to the team's aversion to committing to the rushing game, where they came 27th out of 32 teams. Whilst having a top 10 passing offense sounds good on paper, Dallas ended up underperforming the league, considering only the Cleveland Browns and Cincinnati Bengals had more passing attempts in 2024. To fix the passing game issues, and to start to justify Prescott's record-breaking $60 million per year deal signed back in September, Dallas may well look to add another offensive skill weapon to work alongside All-Pro, CeeDee Lamb. Lamb had another 1,000-yard-plus season in 2024, but the drop after him in the receiver room is significant, with former third-round pick, Jalen Tolbert, next on the list with just 610 yards. Former Bears head coach Matt Eberflus going to Dallas, Thomas Brown to New England. Former Chicago Bears head coach Matt Eberflus is returning to Dallas for the next chapter. Eberflus is set to become the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys under newly promoted head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Eberflus was linebacker coach for the Cowboys from 2011 to 2017. The Bears fired Eberflus in November, following the team's Thanksgiving Day loss to the Detroit Lions. The midseason firing was a first for the franchise team, and came just hours after Eberflus said during a Zoom press conference that he was confident he would coach the 49ers game the following week. Meanwhile, Thomas Brown, who took over as interim head coach after Eberflus was fired, is moving on to the New England Patriots. He joins head coach Mike Vrabel's staff as tight ends coach and passing game coordinator. Brown earned respect in the Bears' locker room and around the league after he was promoted from offensive coordinator to interim head coach. Report: Cowboys expected to hire Sorensen as special teams coordinator. The Dallas Cowboys are expected to hire former 49ers defensive coordinator Nick Sorensen as their next special teams coordinator, NFL Media's Tom Pelissero reported Monday, citing sources. The move comes after previous Cowboys special teams coordinator John Fassel took the same role with the Tennessee Titans on Monday after coaching Dallas from 2020 to 2024. Sorensen, who contributed to San Francisco's 6-11 record as DC during the 2024 NFL season, moves to the NFC East to help first-year head coach Brian Schottenheimer and the Cowboys return to the playoffs after a 7-10 finish. Schottenheimer and Sorensen worked together on the Seahawks from 2018 to 2020, a span where Seattle made the playoffs every season, and again in 2021 on the 3-14 Jacksonville Jaguars. San Francisco appreciated Sorensen's services but has moved on. The 49ers rehired ex-New York Jets coach Robert Saleh to be their DC again and also added Brant Boyer as their new special teams coordinator. Boyer held the same role with the Jets from 2016 to 2024 and steps in for Brian Schneider, who was relieved of his duties after the 49ers' struggles on special teams felt boundless. The Sorensen experiment on defense didn't work out in the Bay, but the veteran NFL staffer seems to have landed on his feet with a role and conference he's familiar with. It is worth mentioning that Shanahan did leave the door open for Sorensen's return in a role besides defensive coordinator, but that opportunity since has fizzled. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Nick Sorensen? Leave your opinion in the comments.